Bolivia is a country of huge diversity, from the towering mountains of the Andes in the west to the highlands, salt flats, deserts, and tropical lowland jungles to the east. As varied as the landscape are the people who live within its borders, with 36 distinct indigenous groups, many of whom speak their own languages and remain unreached with the gospel. And nestled amongst the high Andes lies La Paz, the world's highest capital and home to almost a third of the country's population, both in the city and the surrounding area.
The DNA of the SIM La Paz team is a sharp focus on the gospel, family-based relational discipleship, leadership and pastoral training, multiplying church planting teams, and missions. Translating the gospel in word and works into the least reached communities. This is the DNA of the La Paz team. It is really what impassions our heart as we move forward together in the future and as we look for other people to join our team. Our team retreat in September 2015 was a defining moment for us as a team as we wrestled together with SIM International's new vision statement, convinced that nobody should live or die without hearing God's good news. We believe that God has called us to make disciples among the least reached communities. And so at this retreat, we wrestled together with two questions. First, who are the least reached communities in our own city of La Paz, as well as outside of our city in the more rural and remote areas? And then we asked another simple question: how can God use our team to reach these least reached communities? Emerging out of this season of reflecting together, we believe that God is calling our team to reach out to three communities in La Paz where Christ is least known. First, the shoe shiners and other street workers. Second, people with special needs, the deaf and autistic community, and other families with special needs children. And third, youth. 3 out of 4 Bolivians are 25 years old or younger. Randy and Danielle Davis are preparing a church planting team to be sent out by our church to start a new church among the shoe shiners in downtown La Paz. Javier and Roxana Zubieta will expand their ministry among children and youth in schools, churches, camping ministry, evangelism, and discipleship in a neighborhood near downtown where there are more than 100,000 university students. Kep and Debbie James will continue to prepare future leaders through their church and women's ministry and through equipping servant discipleship groups to prepare pastors to preach and live the gospel. Faith and I will continue to mobilize our SIM team and the church we helped start to multiply more disciples and to plant more churches.
As the team in La Paz begin to get to grips with SIM's new vision, they are looking not only within the city's boundaries, but beyond, into the jungles and villages that are home to various different indigenous groups, many of whom remain unreached with the gospel. The long-term vision is to support and send local Bolivian missionaries, both from the city of La Paz and from the indigenous groups themselves, into unreached communities, bringing the gospel as they go, planting churches and discipling believers in their own contexts. How can the church in La Paz be part of this? What role can it play in raising up, training, and financially supporting local missionaries to take up this call? There are many questions, but the SIM team in La Paz are nevertheless taking early steps in this direction and are exploring an opportunity to partner with Carlos and Susana, 2 local missionaries who have been working to reach their own people group with the gospel.
Hemos iniciado transportándonos a pie porque ni los caminos no existían, eran caminos pequeños que no entraba movilidad. Posteriormente se ha abierto caminos a diferentes lugares, ya podemos usar movilidad. Después hemos usado motocicleta hasta el lugar donde es posible y después tenemos que caminar 5 horas, 10 horas, cargando con mochila, buscando que alguien nos ayude con la carga, Entonces son formas como llegamos hasta los lugares. Yo no entiendo aquí en el pueblo, cuando camino 1 hora, 2 horas, me siento cansado. Pero cuando tengo que viajar 9 horas, yo no sé, el Señor me da fuerza que puedo llegar a los lugares caminando y estoy bien. Nuestro deseo es cuidar el prestigio del Evangelio, la honra de Dios, y no quisiéramos que eso vaya a quebrar en un momento. Queremos culminar y ser agradecido un día cuando ya no podamos hacer. Pero nuestro gran propósito es de que otros, los discípulos, continúen haciendo ya el trabajo. No solo hablando, sino haciendo también lo que vieron hacer en nosotros. Eso queremos, algo en carne propia, algo que lo tengan en su vida, no solo en un papel para transmitirlo, sino que sus vidas también reflejen lo que realmente sienten en su corazón.
Carlos and Susana are among just a handful of local missionaries in this area, and though they work tirelessly, there is a desperate need for more workers to be involved in all aspects, from mobilizing and finance to training and preparing new workers to be sent out. We are trusting that God will bring more missionaries, both local and international, who share our vision to reach the least reached, whether they be shoe shiners on the streets of La Paz, the special needs community, urban youth, or indigenous people groups living in the rural parts of Bolivia.